Okay, Kieran. So it was a difficult afternoon out for us in some on a tough pitch, but we come away with a point from Wincanton after coming back from 2-0 down. First of all, your assessment of that game.
Yeah, really difficult day for us. Um, Lots of players missing. Squad was really stretched today. Let's call upon the reserves and some lads that haven't played for a while. The pitch probably in other circumstances probably wouldn't have been on, not knowing that we obviously were going to 9 times out of 10 lock down for a month after it. So I think they were desperate to get it on, and yeah, I think the circumstances with the whole fixture, I probably would have taken a point before the game. So yeah, I was really happy with the character to come back from 2-0 down. A lot of teams would have rolled over and maybe conceded 3 and be put to bed, but credit to all the boys, the ones that were out there, the ones that come on, stuck out, and we managed to get a well-deserved point, I thought, in the end.
And it's the second game in a couple of weeks where we've gone 2 behind and come back. Admittedly, we didn't get the 3 points on that occasion, but how happy are you that we managed to stay resilient and come back from a 2-0 deficit anyway?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously went down to 10 men today, which probably played a factor in how tired they were towards the end. But I think with the players that we've got, we're always gonna score goals. Sometimes we've been a little bit sloppy defensively, but today was just a really even game of football. I'd probably say I'm more pleased about the point this week than I was about coming back from 2-0 down last week. I think that the level of opposition was a lot higher. Wincanton by far the best team we've played. Really physical, really direct. Had 2 really attacking wingers. Karen Allen caused us all sorts of problems today. He was the best player on the pitch, and yeah. So with that in mind, the overall performance from ourselves probably not to the level that we've been used to. Maybe the first 5 to 6 weeks. But sometimes when you're not playing your best and you can still pick up points, especially one away from home against a top side, it's not to be sniffed at. And I probably leave quite pleased with the point today.
And you touched on it right at the start. We had a few players missing, and we got, especially with the lockdown coming up, we're going to have a backlog of games. Most likely it's going to be Saturday, Tuesday for a while. With so many injuries going into that game, is the squad's depth a concern to you?
Not really, because the whole pre-season and in the time before it, we were building up to have this one club mentality that reserve team players can step up when asked upon to fill in for first team absences. So Emilio come in today and was excellent. He's been the reserve captain now for a few months, and yeah, I let him know that we had a couple of injuries today. No Paula, no Wilbur, no Miles, no Sharpie. Waxy picked up a knock in a reserve fixture in the week. We've still got Dan Watts out long term, so yeah, he stepped up today and did himself no harm, and that's probably like a good apple for lads in the reserves, that we are calling upon the reserve team players to step up at short notice and to stake a claim for first team football, instead of rather maybe going out and signing just an emergency player. For that, we are looking to promote within, which I think is a good mentality for us, and as a club it gives people something to look forward to, and know that if their performances are going well for them in the reserves or in the under 18s, they get to move up the pyramid inside Corsham.
And obviously there's going to be another lockdown, which is obviously putting a pause to football at this level. Obviously it's going to have an impact on every club, but how much of an impact do you think it's going to have on your squad going into next month when fixtures are going to resume?
Yeah, hopefully they resume on time. We've had a really good start to the season. Fitness levels have been really good. But to be honest, maybe for us personally as a football club to have a couple of weeks off now to repair some damaged bodies. We've had a really busy October to come through it. Still unbeaten in the league. It is something that I'm really pleased about. 7 wins and a draw to start the season. Fantastic. So yeah, we'll look to keep boys on it. With running clubs and things like that. I think we've already talked about keeping boys just honest. Like running leaderboards and things like that. Just keep it nice and competitive in house and things like that, and just making sure that boys look after themselves. So I know a lot of the boys go to the gyms do their own bits. But with those closing as well now, it's important that nobody just sort of sits on the sofa and does nothing. There's a couple of lads that will need to just have a week off and rest up their bodies, but I'm hoping that we keep in contact through group chats and things like that in various ways just to keep us all ticking over, and then as soon as we're allowed to resume, I will make sure that we are back in and prepared for that. But I guess it's the same situation for everybody, other than elite level football, that you just have to be prepared and trust the boys to be ticking over in their free time.
And lastly, obviously everybody put in a good shift against Wincanton, but who was your standout performance?
For me, I probably get bored of saying it now, but like Higgs has led the line today, being 2-0 down, taking two great goals. His header was a really good finish, and his second was just as good. You know, when you've got him in the side, there's always a chance that we can, you know, secure a point or snatch a late victory. But he's been so important for us over the last 6 to 8 weeks. You know, I'm sure everyone will get bored of me saying his name, but he is so key to us, and I think probably we do rely on him a little bit too much at times. So maybe it's a little bit of time now that some of the other forwards step up and take a little bit of the pressure off him. But he was superb today, and probably my other two standouts was Jonesy and Diggs at the back. They were mammoth today in the air. Deserved probably a clean sheet based on their own individual performances, but that wasn't to be today. But yeah, those two were superb for us today as well. So yeah, they're the three that I pick out from today's performance.